This is the best recipe for your mince that you use for pasta or lasagna. So I start by browning my beef, and whilst that process is happening, I cut out any big chunks so that they are smaller pieces. I find it easier to use my scissors. So anyways, as the beef is browning, I'm going to blend my tomatoes. So I add some salt to that and also some basil, fresh basil. It's the best for the flavor, but if you don't have, you can use the dried one. And then I blend that up. Once it's done, it's going to look something like that. And yeah, our beef is almost done, so we're going to add some green beans. I usually add lots of vegetables because beef is expensive in China, and to make sure that the meat is enough in the sauce, I make sure to add lots of vegetables, and it helps and it adds to the flavor. So if you don't like vegetables, you can skip that, but I highly recommend because you have to eat healthy. So anyway, after a few minutes, I took that out because I was going to use the same pot. No need to use multiple pots, you know. And then I added in some garlic. And once it was fried for about a minute or two, I added in my tomato paste. The quality of the tomato paste you use for this sauce matters, because if you use one that has a weird aftertaste, it's going to reflect in your sauce. So make sure you use a good tomato paste. Then I added in some of the fresh basil and I let that fry for about 5 minutes. And after some time, I added in a little bit more oil so that it can fry well. And then I added in the blended tomato mixture. And it's very easy. Like the sauce you usually buy from the market, this is it. It's very easy to make. So I added in some Italian herbs, some salt, and I mixed that up. You don't need to do too much. You don't need to add too much. Just, you know, keep the flavors to a minimal, and you let that cook. So I let that cook for about 10 minutes. And you can see cooking was happening. I could smell the aroma of the sauce and it was almost done. So at this point, I checked the sauce. You can look at it. It's almost done. It looks really nice. So I added in the meat. And yeah, that's it. That's how you make the best mince for your lasagna or your pasta. So let me know if you try this out, and see you in the next video. Bye.